The Honest to God series with Aingeal Rose and Ahonu.
You are all very, very welcome. I am Ahonu, and with me is my lovely Aingeal Rose.
People are demanding answers.
Basically exposing the truth
For us to explore in more detail today.
This is the time period of truth being exposed, of all the unhealed stuff coming out.
So make sure you tune in. You can subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher Radio,
And on our website at worldofempowerment.com.
Don't miss an episode. Hit the subscribe button now.
I'm back. I am Ahonu, and I have been absent from the Honest to God series over the last few weeks. But it is such a joy, and I have missed you all so much. Today, we also have Aingeal Rose back again. But this time, she asked a critical question. Do you not think God wants this? And then she set out to write about it. She's a great believer in journaling. In fact, many of you will know that she has written a course entitled Transformational Writing, which is all about journaling and uncovering deep issues and deep things that are under the surface that can hold us back in life. But journaling helps to unravel them and uncover them. And this was a question that she asked. And I'd like you to have a listen to what she said about that subject, what the answer was. And we will be right back to you after this.
Do you not think that God wants this? Genetically modified species. That's the consensus of what we are. Organisms that were experimented with, modified, done away with, and modified again. Who determines when the human species was right? All in all, we have to admit the human is a miraculous creation. Such diversity in one organism, and has the ability to think, reason, feel, construct, imagine, cry in joy and in sorrow, expand its consciousness, receive and transmit information, make decisions, choose its fate, and reproduce. It even has the ability to resurrect itself, to self-heal, and to overcome aging and death if given the right ingredients. Do you not think that God wants this? Is there a God at all in this sense of a being who overlooks creation and either nods in acceptance or frowns in displeasure? Has the genetic soup we call the human being changed in its potential despite man's alteration of its gene codes, cloning, attempts, and reproductive mixes between races? The inherent divinity we call the life force seems to continue unabated, regardless of the distortions of science over the generations. Indeed, divinity continues to emerge through the increasing gifted and genius children being born, through the imagination of minds open to receive, through advances in healing technology, through inspiration and music. Where do these things come from? Some teachings claim that the human being and its world is an illusion, a fragment of a mind gone mad with separation. Others claim it's all one big experiment controlled by alien races, and we, as humans, are here only to experience everything and anything. Still, there are those who look upon the human as a species carrying an original sin against God by the mere fact that it is physical. But again, I ask you, considering the wide range of abilities and potentialities contained in the life form we call human, do you not think that God wants this? If indeed a God exists, and if a God doesn't exist, where does that leave us? If we weren't distracted by following some man-made rules about pleasing God or molding our lives around other political and religious dogma, who would we say we are? I'd say each one of us is quite a magnificent creation of its own accord. Each one of us is a universe within ourselves, a solar system, a galaxy, a mind of unlimited projections. How many big bangs have we caused by our own ideas and manifestations? How many quantum fields have we altered moment by moment? To say that we are walking gods would be an accurate assessment of who we are. How many multidimensional realities have we created just by the many faces of ourselves? Not to mention the planes of existence we've created in order to work together, play together, refine ourselves, experiment, and love. So who is this other that claims ownership of us, that pretends to have permission to change us, defeat us, squelch us, and destroy us? This imaginary force that appears as a false authority to whom we pledge allegiance. Where did this come from, and how did we start believing in it? When did we first become afraid of ourselves and of who we are? When did the manipulation happen? Was it a gene gone wrong? It could be, but the goodness remains. As the memory awakens of ourselves, we shake ourselves out of our reverie, like emerging from a coma of forgetfulness. We look out upon the vast sea of human beings, and instead of seeing a mass of ignorant, animalistic creatures, we see instead a giant assembly of gods immersed in a sea of self-creation, more powerful than any force we can comprehend. We see each as genetic scientists of worlds, and we realize we are the immortal creators of the universes.
You have been listening to Aingeal Rose and Ahonu on World of Empowerment Radio, your station for practical spirituality in a changing world.